Well, well, fam. Like that. Well, Man United 7, Barnsley nil. Now, before the game, um, I wasn't too confident. Like that. Even though that Barnsley was from League One. Like that League One. I wasn't too confident. Now, this is not just to say like, oh, I'm trying to defend myself. It's nothing to do with that. But I wasn't too confident because of Ten Hag. But I did say in the same breath that Man United, man, should beat them. And seriously, fam, you gotta hand it to the players, man, for putting Barnsley on the spliff. Like that. And this is what Man United need to do, because it's not many times, man, that you see Man United doing that. And and we can only like beat what's in front of us, like that. But let me just keep it a buck. We shouldn't get, man, too gassed about this. We shouldn't say, oh, can we have Barnsley every week? Like that. Yes, we should be content, like cool about it, like to say, cool, let's move on. But this is Barnsley. It's not Real Madrid and it's not Man City. Now, I was really, when I saw the lineup, I was okay with the lineup. Nothing to complain about. Like that. And I saw I saw Casemiro, but I said Garnacho, but we get to Garnacho later on. But I saw Casemiro with Ogate, which was good. I saw Anthony, on the right wing, which was very, very good. And the thing about it is that Rashford started on top. When I mean on top, I mean as our striker. And and the game that he needed that confidence. He needs that confidence, man, to score goals, because like the way he has been, right, he owes the fans and he owes people who like Manchester United a season and a half, and because the goals that he's been scoring, man, especially last year, wasn't great, and then when he had that purple patch season, the season before that, we expect him to have, you would expect Rashford, man, to kick on from that purple patch and keep on, and how can I say, keep on consistently doing that. And this is something that we haven't got from Rashford, like that. So the thing about it is that because of GA, people are going to often say that, oh, he needs to start. But if you watch the games with your eyes, like it should always be, when you're playing or when you're watching football, it doesn't justify it. But as I said before, man, that he deserves it, man, and he took his goals very, very well against Barnsley. And then now, we can now talk about Garnacho, man. Garnacho, no, he did good. Did okay. I'm not going to get all excited by that. No, he did good. He did very, very good. Took his goal well. And is going to help him with, with his selection, scoring those goals and almost getting a hat trick and all of that as well. But in this game, as I said, he was okayish. I said that he was good. The thing about it is that in terms of quality and what he brings to the match, in my view, like Amadia needs to be the one that needs to start, ahead of Garnacho, and then after that, man, Garnacho can come off the bench and he can just show, he can bring in his pace into the game, and that will scare the team who we're facing against. It will scare them because they're tired, and the pace, it will definitely rejuvenize, man, the team. And we need Garnacho in that in that kind of role, like that. Because he excels in that. But against Barnsley, he did okay. He did okay, man. I'm not gonna get all buzzing and excited by that, somebody yelling out there, probably getting excited, probably for Garnacho, like that. But yeah, man, nothing to complain about, and because look, we have to keep it 100, man, that Ahmad right now, he's our best player at the moment. And you can probably put Xerxes into that. So yeah, you can't complain too much about the match, like that. Because in the match, right, in the 16th minute, 1-6, Rashford, really good taking goal, man. Fantastic team goal, man, including with Casemiro, and then going to Eriksen, and then it went to Garnacho, and then all of them were all included, which was really, really good team goal. And Rashford took the goal very, very well. It's like as if he knuckleballed it and he went right into the top corner in the box. But look, took his goal very, very well, and that is definitely, man, going to help him with his confidence, as I said before. Anthony, you gotta hand it to Anthony, man. For me, I had a little bit of my doubts about him, because we're all thinking that, especially in my view, why you had players like Ten Hag, you had players like Kudus at Ajax, a player that is technical as well and can score you goals. But he decided that he wanted Anthony, and but seriously, Anthony, man, he did really good in this game. Did very well in that game, and Anthony's techie, like that. And the thing about it is that he's not a bad player, and if he has the right players around him here to link play like what he did with Casemiro, fam, he will ball. Like that. He will definitely ball. And obviously, guys, man, in the before that great penalty, obviously Anthony did great, man, to do what he did, and then obviously he got obviously got tackled in the penalty area, and then obviously Rashford gave the ball to Anthony. I heard that actually Casemiro told Rashford to give the ball to Anthony, and then and Anthony, great penalty as per usual, good penalty, right in the left of the goalkeeper, really good penalty, good one, nice. And then 39th minute, we saw in the 39th minute, when Garnacho was open to 3 players, but this is something here that it can be a bit frustrating, innit? Because Garnacho is trying to do something. He's trying to experiment something. You can just tell, but it's not coming off right. And like I said, man, he was open to 3 players, and then what he did is that he did some sort of outside the boot thing, like that, outside the boot, and then that was blocked, and I was like, what's man doing? I mean, you had 3 players, man, 3 players free to pass on. But obviously, obviously GA is gonna help him out with that, isn't it? And then Sickman, we had Anthony and Anthony and Casemiro, who had a really good connection, on the right in that game, especially when Anthony was lifting up the ball here to Casemiro to shoot. You can just tell they were balling. Yes, it's against Barnsley, right? But this is the kind of game that that we just want to see how the players are. We just want to see how they are as not just human beings, because that's why you need to know where where your teammate is, but also as a player where where you're able, man, to where you're able, man, get to link play with others, able to know where other people are. And even that, man, like Casemiro and Anthony, they are from Brazil, so so then they have that kind of like that Brazilian connection there, but you have to give it to Anthony. You have to give his flowers, man, in this game, and he was balling in this game, and we need more of this from him, definitely. And definitely, man, like this year, I mean, if he does this in the Premier League, man, he would do good, man. He would do good stuff, and obviously he's not a world beater, but I want to see more from that, because obviously he's not gonna justify his price tag. But this is, as I said, man, we want to see what these players are capable of. You know what I mean? Even though that it wasn't a pressured moment, a pressured environment, like that. And also Eriksen and Casemiro family, they were balling in this game as well. You could just see without Bruno Fernandes, our midfield is so much better, so much structurally put down, discipline as well, and this is what happens here when there's discipline there. Can you see what happens? Everything here is structurally done. And that is what we need. And Eriksen, man, he was very, very good in the 10. Very, very good. And yes, as I said, it's against Barnsley, but as I said, it is good to see what these players can do and what they can potentially bring. But the thing I am worried about, yes, we talk about the players and what they can bring, what they're capable of, but I'm worried about the system. And I'm worried about the style of play that Ten Hag, man, is going to implement, especially in against the big teams. And obviously, 3-0, Garnacho's goal. I mean, fam. I mean, like, Rashford, he was doing some bookie thing. I think he was trying to obviously he was trying to beat three players, I think it was. But then obviously the ball ricocheted, it bounced off one of the Barnsley players, and then Garnacho anticipated it and poked it, and it went in. You gotta hand it to Garnacho to actually able to react fast enough that the ball was coming to his direction, able to toe block it, which was really, really good. Absolutely, it was fantastic stuff. And everything. At half time, I was like, okay, as I said in the previous match, like against Southampton, right? I said that if now that we got these goals, and yes, it's against Barnsley, right now it is how the players playing, how they play, and the thing about it is that we did very, very well. The thing about it is that because in the Premier League, there's no way that Man United is going to score those type of goals. Let's keep it 100. And it's sad to say. It's very, very sad to say, and it's also sad to say that actually Barnsley, they were not that good, unfortunately. But people are gonna be like, oh yeah, man United, man, is back, and But as I said before, guys, man, if we win the Champions League and if we win the Premier League, and then also the performance to justify the results, like a good team performance, then Man United is back. But by no means, man, that Man United, man, is no way back. Like that, and that is not a statement. People might say, oh yeah, this is a statement. That Man United, man, they can, they're back. It's not a statement. But what it does tell you is that, yes, we have the players. And Ten Hag, man, he has to, some way, somehow, bring the best out of these players and stop misprofiling. And this is, no, I mean, I guarantee you, man, even especially for myself, we don't want Ten Hag to fail. We want him to do good. But then again and again and again, he's proven that. This is why that I had this my confidence, man, yeah, on this game. I said, I don't know about this, but fair play, man, to the players, man, yeah, for doing what they're doing, you know, like that. This is why, man, that we should always read the game with our eyes instead of with stats, because Casemiro and Eriksen, they were balling in that game, you know, and they were all in. I think they were all involved in all 3 goals. That tells you everything, right? Now, Ten Hag, right? He has the squad. I said this before. He had like 8 or 9 players, first team players, I think it was, that were either on the bench or resting. And now the thing about it is that you must operate them to be a cooking machine. You got these players on the pitch that are also mixed up here with first 11 and the second team, and then you got other players that are, you know, you got bare players that wasn't even in the first 11. So that means you have the players now. That's why I'm not going to accept him and any more excuses, especially like last season when he spoke about injuries. I'm not going to accept that, you know. And the thing about it is that this is why that, you know, like if Rashford is not balling in the game, you got to take him off just to reserve his confidence. And this is why a game like this here suits him, just to get his confidence back, and hopefully when he gets into the Premier League, he's able, man, to bring that confidence to that match and able, man, to do what he can do. You know, because it can be very frustrating, you know, but even though that you know, I'm not a fan of Rashford, you got to give him a good nod there for the goals, man, right there. You know, and the thing about it is that, you know, the way that he is and the way the player Rashford is, I would personally prefer him here to play crap and to score goals than for him here to play crap and not scoring no goals. You know, but the thing about it is that in that game, I was thinking to myself that it would be great, man, to get Xerxes in, you know, for him to come and then you see how he will measure, you know, and also his style of play, yeah, you know, with the players that were on the pitch, you know, and then after that, when he went into the second half settings, you know, like that, you know, Anthony, man, played really, really good in the second half, you know, and we were having connections, especially in the first few moments of the second half. There were really good connections there. You know, and the thing about it is that, you know, getting back to Anthony, man, like Anthony, his work rate is, you know, especially off the ball, is good. It's sick. And especially, man, that, especially with his touch, with these, you know, as I said in earlier on, that he's quite techie. So, I'm just saying that, man, like, yeah, like, try and bring the best out of him. It would be sick to do that. And then, you know, and the thing about it is that seeing the scoreline around this time, it was 3-0, right? And fam, you don't see this often where Man United, man, is, I said this in the previous video, that it's hard, man, to see Man United, man, is scoring more than 2 or 3 goals. And then we have it, man, it was 4-0. And then the 4-0 scoreline, man, was, I mean, the goal, man, was really, really good, you know. I mean, this has meant to be nice link up, good passing from Eriksen and Garnacho, you know, slotting home. You see what's going on here. The Eriksen with the through pass. It's not like Mr. Spanning, Bruno Fernandes, you know, always spamming balls everywhere, not reading the game. Just, you got to have that kind of football IQ and be like, look, I'm here to link play. You know, when there's no Bruno Fernandes in the team, it makes a huge difference. You know, and that's the thing, you have to try and link up and combine. And then Eriksen was doing that with his technical ability. You know, but as I said, man, it's sick, man, that Eriksen, man, he was playing in the 10. you know, but he should play in the 10, but I think in specific games where it suits his pace, you know, where it suits his legs, you know, like that, you know, and hopefully that Ten Hag's able man to build a really, really good setup. But as I said, man, I'm watching him. I'm definitely watching him because, yes, against Barnsley, but what against the big teams? You know, yeah, the thing about it is that, again, Barnsley was not that great, and, you know, yeah, you gotta beat what's in front of you, you know, and it's good to see players like Anthony, man, having some game time and expressing what he can do, you know. Ogate was okay in that game. You know, I'm not going to judge him now because you know, he just need to get used here to the pace of the English game, you know, like that. And having having Ogate with Casemiro would be good for Casemiro because it was like when Fred was here. To me, right, Ogate looks like a Elegante Kante, former Leicester and Chelsea midfielder and slash Fred kind of player. But as I said, man, that I want to see how he will do as time goes on because take time to gel, you know, like that. And the thing about it is that I just don't really get why we had to get rid of Fred in the first place here when we had Fred before, and now that we brought in you know, we brought in a Fred, another Fred from a different country, you know, and now, man, that I'm like, we could have at least kept Fred. You know what I mean? You know, I'm thinking about Santa Berg, right? And anyway, this is not me moaning, you know, like that. But yeah, it would have been cool, man, to have Santa Berg in the team because, like, for the first phase, you know, Casemiro, he's not a first player either as Manu, you know, so it would be good for someone, an expert, man, to have that. But we have to see how things will go because obviously, like Ogate, he's good with he's okay passing the ball, but yeah, but we'll just see how things will go with him, you know, like that. But then yeah, 4-0 again. Well, you can't complain, man, with the you know, with the 4-0, and you know, and yeah, I mean the 4-0, you know, as I said, man, great team goal, great team link up, and you know, we're just hoping that, you know, this will continue. I mean, and you know, this, and as I said, man, this is just proof that we have the players, man, to bully teams. But the thing about it is that we need a really, really good system. You know that these players, man, can have a small and they feel like Casemiro in this game, who can able, man, to cook teams. Yes, Barnsley, but cook teams in the Premier League, cook teams in the, can't believe I'm gonna say this, Europa League, and then win against the Champions League, man. You can do that. Not giving teams the opposition control. Man United is meant to control the game, not the opposition. If we do that, you know, this is what I was kind of a little bit like on Ten Hag. Like, would you give control to Barnsley? But you know, yeah. Anyway, 5-0. Pull from Barnsley, you know, like that. Giving the ball, man, to Garnacho, and then obviously good goal by Rashford there with his left foot shot in the box. Really sick stuff, you know. And I heard that that Rashford now was the first player ever since his debut to have 16 goals, man, in the Carabao Cup. Not bad, fam, isn't it? Not bad, fam. But you know, as I said, man, we cannot get gassed by this game because of the level of the opponent. But it's good for Man United, man, to have these games, you know, like that. And you know, it's about time, man, that we score more than 5 goals. You know, because the thing about it is that in the 59th minute, Ericsson, what a ball, man, to Garnacho after the boot, but yet again, he was no good. Anyway, but Ericsson, man, he was balling in this game. He was really, really good. And around that time, I think Maserati, Xerxes, and Bruno came on. You know, and you know, it's gonna be light work, man. This is the depth of the squad coming in. You can just see the depth of the squad right there. You know, for Dalla, Rashford, and Ogate coming off. You know, And yeah, and at this point, I was saying that it's good that Ahmad and Maino did not come on this game. I don't know if Maino was in the bench. Forgive me, because that's something that I didn't actually look at. But yeah, it was really, really good. But it's good that Maino wasn't playing. He needs that rest, fam. He needs that rest, especially when Ten Hag had been relying on him way too much. And as time went on, man, we kind of lost the balance in midfield. But that is why, man, that we need connections and links, and that's why I rated Eriksen in that game. And, but the bad thing about it is that, this is Man United, and that's our level now. This is why, man, that we need to face big teams and show what we're made of. This is where Erik ten Hag, man, need to step up. But then when we face big teams, Ten Hag's AI football just dies. But De Ligt came on for Evans in the 78th minute, which was okay. And then after the 6th and the 7th goal was Eriksen. Like that. Like the 6th goal, Eriksen started it. He was running to the box. You could just see him running to the box. And then when Bruno had it, low cross, and then Eriksen was there. Fantastic stuff right there, man. Everybody, man, should all go and watch the game. That's how it's all meant to be. No concentrating on XG and GA and all of that. But but good management, by Ten Hag, by bringing in Ahmad for Garnacho as per usual. Managing minutes for everybody else, really, really good. I wouldn't be surprised, man, if it was Banis Troy, man, giving him some advice on what to do. But yeah, you gotta hand it, man, for giving minutes, to the players, right? And also the 7th goal, Eriksen goal, really good goal, popping the ball from player to player, and took his goal very, very well. Eriksen, really, really good stuff, really sick. But it was really, really good, even though, man, it was against Barnsley, and this tells you everything about Eriksen, that about what he has done, man. I mean, he's not finished, fam. He's not finished. Eriksen, he's not finished, man, and he's doing that, man, even for his international team, Eriksen. So he's not done yet, like that. He's not done. So, man, like overall, man, you can't complain, like that. I mean, you got to give Man United, man, credit for doing what they did, against Barnsley in the League Cup. It had to be done, it had to be done, man. Good performance, but, it's against Barnsley, So, but good performance, okayish performance, good performance. Now it's time to move on. We shouldn't dwell on that. Time to move on, and, now the thing about it is that, can Man United, man, build from this? We just have to see, because as I said before, man, I'm watching Ten Hag, because for him it's make or break. Because yes, this performance, man, was okay, was good. Fam, you got to show up and do what you got to do. But can he replicate that in the Premier League? Family, like, we have the players, and the thing about it is that Ten Hag, man, he shouldn't ruin this. He shouldn't ruin this, but you shouldn't ruin this. Them ones there. He shouldn't ruin this, but it's gonna be booky, man, because we've been here before, where we have a scoreline like this, not scoreline, but we win a game, sick, and then the next game, we have that confidence building. All of a sudden, the next game, we lose. So that is why this right now for me, I'm not getting gas. Yes, like in the other games before that we have won, I haven't been excited yet. I haven't been happy. I'm like, cool, move on. Let's see what happens, because my standards right now is that Man United, man, needs to get back and winning the Premier League, and also getting back into Champions League and winning it as per usual. And that's the standards right there. And then if we're just getting Carling Cup, if we're just getting the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, we're not back. Yes, we're winning trophies, but the performance doesn't justify the trophies. You know, like that. Anyway, can't complain. Let's move on. That's it. Not getting gassed, you know, like that. Anyway, guys, man, run up the like in this video. It has been absolutely sick, you know, like that. And also, guys, man, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and don't forget, guys, man, to comment in the comment section below, man. Yeah, if you know, just on your thoughts, man, of the game, you know, like that. Anyway, guys, it's GVBrazy here. Take care of yourself, bless, peace, and I see you in the next video. Say no more.